syndrome of Congolese. Congolese actually have that syndrome. Of course,
of
for
living
them,
a
lifestyle which is not of their level. Yeah. Bought a shoe which worth $8,000.
Like seriously.
$8,000.
That's
in Ugandan shilling, those are millions and millions, around 30 million.
That's a lot of money.
But I have a question: why should the girl invest yet she can get a rich man who can provide for everything?
Why would the girl invest? I know many people have gotten the wrong idea of women emancipation, but I think women have the right to be financially dependent.
Dependent?
Yeah. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Book Review DNG, a channel which was created to share premium content that talk about personal development, business, and other topics that have personally inspired me. And as you can see today on our set, I am not alone. I am with our TRS producer and editor, who also happens to be the man behind the voice you were hearing in our last video. So allow me to let him introduce himself.
Hello everyone, by name I'm called Shokano Kauranyi David, and yes, as she has said it, I'm the voice which has been behind the last video, and I'm the one who have been editing the previous videos and posting some. We are working together with Grace on this YouTube channel. And I'm glad today that I've got this invitation. So thank you, Grace.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring my invitation. The main reason why I called him is because he likes this book so much, and I felt like to just do him justice for the love of the book, to invite him so that he can also share from his own perspective what he learned from the book. And so last time we just introduced the book and we looked at the first few pages that were talking about the richest man in Babylon, and now where we are heading, the king of Babylon has now called him, and Akkad is now taking classes. He's now giving classes to about 100 people about how to become also rich. And he starts with giving them the 7 cures for having a heavy purse. And I believe all of us know what I mean by having a heavy purse, being rich. Having a wallet that never runs dry, no matter the circumstances. And yeah, we shall look at those cures. And the first cure is saving 10%. Even in previous year, also talked about it, and it's still putting emphasis on that. Having to save 10% of any amount of money that you get.
And I would say, of course, saving. You know, all of us saving is something very crucial when you want to develop yourself. All of us should know that, even though most don't practice that, but we should also try that habit. Personally, it's something that I've already gained as an habit in myself. I always make sure that I save something, even if however much little I get, you make sure that you save and give something. That's true. And of course, savings will not make you become rich, having the heavy purse, but at least at the beginning. And we shouldn't make those mistakes many people have been doing of saving, accumulating money,
without using
thinking that I want to become rich. I think that's not what makes them rich. By experience, not by experience. We have not experienced it, but we have seen them testifying that that's not what makes people rich. We have seen it in the book. People saying that we should save, but not only
as
save.
a first step, not as the only
step to become rich. And when you save too much without using, of course, you are wasting your money, because your money will keep on losing value with time because of inflation and everything, you know. You have the money. The 5 million Ugandan shillings of 5 years, it's not the 5 million of today. So it has decreased, of course. Maybe you can find out the 5 million, the worth of that 5 million right now is 3 million.
It doesn't make sense. So that is it. We all need to develop that habit of saving. Something in the money that you get, maybe monthly or any money that you get, make sure that you always have that intention of removing something and to save it, because that's how your wealth is going to be built on. So the second point that Akkad gives us here is budgeting. Let me take an example of someone who earns an income at the end of the month. After you get your salary, you have removed the 10% that you're saving. How now do you budget the remaining money to fit into your lifestyle? Your needs, your wants, leisure, giving, all that. How do you fit it into the money that you are left with? Because I like to consider the money that you've saved as being a part. It's not something that you're going to use for that month.
That point. You remember that point, me and you most of the time we are not
always quarreling about it.
She always says that the money you save is the money which you don't have that money.
Yeah, you don't
but
have
instead,
it.
me, I follow the way Robert Kiyosaki actually says it. He says you should pay fast yourself.
And that's
so you should,
saving.
that's saving. So the money you save is actually the money you have. The rest you don't have because you're going to spend it. You're going to give it out.
True.
So the money you really have
is the money,
that you have saved.
I don't like counting it because you know it has a purpose.
For
a long time purpose. That's why we don't understand. We don't agree. But then we are all right.
Just you just don't agree on the terms.
Yes,
but it's the same thing.
Yeah. So we all need to budget. We don't need to want a luxurious lifestyle when our money does not allow us to have that, because some people they want to live lives that they actually cannot afford. And
as you said previously, the syndrome of Congolese actually have that syndrome. Of course,
of
for
living
them,
a
lifestyle which is not of their level. Yeah, you find someone with a big car, well dressed, a shoe. Which
$150, $200,
even more. I've had even another guy who bought a shoe which worth $8,000.
Like seriously,
$8,000.
That's
in Uganda, those are millions and millions, around 30
million.
million.
That's a lot of money just
for
stepping on mud and anything else.
And then still the guy is proud. Maybe he doesn't even have one.
I know some people will be watching and they'll be like, look at this broke guys. They're just talking like that because they don't have it. But personally, I think even if I become the richest woman, there's some things I cannot waste money on. Like buying a show of $8,000. Like, what's the use?
I know you're buying it to at least be a billionaire, but
be able to buy more pairs. Maybe
and you find some people borrow money, especially some people borrow money just to buy clothes.
That's point. I think we should stop that.
Yeah, it's not bad to be smart, but try to
make
be
sure
smart
on within your levels. Yeah. This point, and it's a soft spot on most youths, but then it's something that needs to be addressed because it's actually the fact.
And let's not focus on Congolese. So I don't want some people to come and attack us and say,
I know they're going to unsubscribe, not like the video, but then we love you guys. That's what we are here.
But you should see that many people do that.
Many people do that. Yeah, so the third point is investing. You already said it. When you save, don't let your money sit there doing nothing, but actually make that money work for you. And the only way you can do that is through investments. So, him personally, he forgot to mention that, but he's someone who has invested in so many businesses. In which he has failed many times, but I think he has more experience to talk in this. Me personally, I've not been much of a business person until recently. So for him, I think I would like to hear from you. What can you tell people about investing?
Investing, I don't know. I don't want to call myself professional in something
because
I'm not.
You're far from being professional.
I'm just someone else who's trying to learn or something, but and someone who doesn't fear to risk. Fear risks, I mean. And that's the main point. You shouldn't fear risks, but you should manage the risks. You should be able to manage the risks, and you should be someone who plan in advance before you invest in anything. You should get enough knowledge, study the market. There are a lot of things that you're supposed to put in place before you invest your money in something. And that's the mistake I've been doing most of the time. I don't know anything about the business, and I try to put in the money, and I fail. I've tried the salons, popcorn stores, and everything. A lot of things, small businesses of my level, as we said previously.
Something you can afford.
And especially use the money that you are ready to lose. Don't go and lose the money which
like
your school fees and everything, especially for students. Me, I'm no longer a student, of course I've not finished. And I was a student 2 weeks back, but right now I'm no longer, and
congratulations.
I'm really glad that thank you. So that is it, and we should always try to follow the steps. Don't try to change the system, but
actually, sorry to cut you short, but I think don't act smarter. Don't think you're smarter than other people who have been following the system, because you're actually going to make a fool out of yourself at the end of the day. So you should learn the basics, follow the
people
procedures.
like people who have wrote these books, John C. Maxwell, all these people, for them, they have gone through all those things. Don't try to think that you are smarter than them and you are going to make better than them. So you are going to use your own system. So we shouldn't do that.
I think this is also going to be something that we're going to talk about much later, because for some people it can actually work, luck, but it's not the topic for today. We shall look at
luck,
the coming weeks.
True.
So and then investing, I think
That's the point.
That is the point.
That's what you
And
can
I
say
feel
about
tempted to say more, but then I think I'm just going to preserve it for our next video.
Okay.
Because like
The
I
thing
said,
is just getting.
I know it's just that I'm
But
like,
I have a
oh.
question: why should the girl invest yet she can get a rich man who can provide for everything? Then
Why would the girl invest?
invest?
Like I said, I just recently ventured myself in a very, very small, tiny business that didn't require me to have a lot of money. But then I feel like, for me personally, it's a necessity, because if I get a rich man, which value will I be adding as a woman who has no experience in the business in it at all? But then if I've learned something on my own first, I can easily tell him, you know what, I've ever tried this method and it did not work for me well.
You can advise him somehow, you can complete him.
I can complete
yeah,
onto
true.
his ideas. And secondly, even if you're a lady, I know many people have gotten the wrong idea of women emancipation, but I think women have the right to be financially dependent.
Dependent.
Yeah.
Dependent
Hey,
or dependent?
sorry, financially independent. Yeah, most
Okay.
people have, most
If you're about to
women,
you're
I know I was about to confuse
Why-
them,
why-
sorry.
what's going on?
Most women
Independent.
are supposed to be financially independent, because most married women today just rely on their husband's
Right,
wealth.
okay.
And we do not wish it to happen.
But I'm not against that also. It's
I know
also
it's
okay.
not against that. We have different
Because,
parts.
yeah.
If you're there and you're comfortable, your husband is providing everything for you,
Yeah.
well and good. But then for me
But
personally,
the other point,
I feel,
sorry
yeah,
to cut you
it's
short,
okay.
but on the other point, it's also good for a woman to learn those things, because those men, those rich men, they are looking for such women who also can complete them. They're not.
Yeah, adding
you should be
value.
the kind of woman who can attract such men, not only for having fun, because
I
of
know.
course you have seen many beautiful girls who are being with rich men just for fun,
Just
but
for fun, yeah.
still they go and marry someone who has at least something to add to them.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, so I hope you have all learned something from today's video. We shall be continuing with the rest of the Q's in our next video, and hopefully, if the turn up is good for this video, our producer will be convinced to come back and join us again.
Should like, guys.
Yeah, so make sure that you've liked, that you have subscribed in case you're new, and that you've shared this video to other people so that they too can get to learn about making money, about the principles of wealth, as we are doing and sharing the knowledge with you
We're
guys.
learning both, like
Yeah,
all
we
of
are
us learning
learning.
together,
Sure, we
and
are
that's the
learning
beauty
together.
of this channel, I think.
Yeah.
Because as you are growing,
I'm not
I'm
yet
growing,
the richest person, but then
so,
I'm-
and the people also are growing, and that's the beauty of it.
And
No
maybe
one of us-
God willing, if my own business currently grows big, or if in the coming future I'm not having a stable business, I can actually now share with you everything that has been happening, and same with him. Yeah, so you guys, as you continue to support us, also pray for us, because it's not easy to share knowledge that you're still learning, but then it's a beautiful thing to do. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you've liked and that you've subscribed. See you next time, and stay tuned for more. Ciao.